Let me ask you a question. Have you ever wanted to be able to talk to your dog?
You know what the meat drawer is, right?
Yeah. I'm going to assume the majority of you said yes, so let me ask you another question. Have you ever wanted your dog to transform into an angelic paladin of all that is righteous and good in the world and defend you from demons from hell? Yeah, me too. Hello everyone, and welcome back to Nath and Deer's Guide to Everything. I may have led you astray a little bit with the start of the video there, but we will be addressing that. Just want to say this is my top 5 monsters from the new Planescape module, the book specifically being called WotC's Planar Parade. It is one of 3 in the set. I've had a quick look through and I just wanted to share my favorites with you. Maybe this will convince you to buy the book or not, as may be the case, but here's some information and inspiration for you anyway. First up, ladies and gentlemen, is the Hound Archon. This is without doubt my favorite monster in this entire book. Just as you'd expect, much like normal pups, we are undeserving of them. Hound Archons are literally angels sent down from heaven to protect the innocent and helpless. More specifically, they're sent from the 7 heavens of Mount Celestia. I feel like that holds a bit of weight. I think the fact that they can speak all languages of the multiverse further reinforces that dogs are appreciated everywhere, in every plane of existence, in every version of the known universe. These bonus action shape-changing good boys can change into any form of canine that you like. Sometimes being a bit more low-key and inconspicuous in that form might make them better guard dogs, essentially, for perhaps a dormant portal or something like that, or if they want to go undetected when eavesdropping, something like that. They pack a very respectable set of ability scores with immunity to exhaustion, much like every English Springer Spaniel you've probably ever met. They have a permanently running feature called Aura of Menace, which frightens everything around them that they choose. They get 2 attacks around, one of which can be with their radiant shining blade of goodness. They do get some support spells built into their kit which are handy, and they can teleport as an action instead of attacking, making them pretty damn mobile. A little idea for you to insert into your campaign, perhaps, if your characters have rolled a random encounter badly and they're encountering a fiend, perhaps a rogue canine can appear and help them out, transforming into a Hound Archon. Perhaps they've been tracking this creature for a few days, trying to hunt it down. That is the Hound Archon, and without a doubt my favourite creature in this book. Next up, we do have another celestial creature, this one a little bit more weird than the last, I would say. Among the bustling throngs of Sigil streets float grey-skinned, vaguely human-like figures with curled horns. This is, of course, the Dabus, or the Dabus, I'm not quite sure how you pronounce that one. We're going to go with Dabus for now. These creatures are loyal servants to the Lady of Pain, and they are the silent caretakers of Sigil. They don't really like fighting, but if they have to, they can hurl bricks from buildings and cause like cobblestones to come up and eat people, basically. Pretty hardcore. When these things communicate, rather than speaking or signing words, for example, and they can understand all language, just like Hound Archons could before them, they instead essentially communicate with a combination of emojis and a game of Pictionary. Really strange, but really unique and really cool. The Dabus have a flying speed and they excel in intelligence. As I mentioned before, it literally can't make attacks. It will never make a melee attack, and it says it on the stat block, but they can throw bricks, so that's something. So for the most part, these things are peacekeepers, scholars, and messengers, but really unique nonetheless. I like them. A very quick interruption to this list. I just want to say that I have started streaming now, so I hope to see some of you there. Please join us. We do like homebrew workshops and stuff like that. Also, I'm an affiliate, and good news for you UK fans, UK lot is what I was going to say initially and I got tongue-tied. I'm affiliated with Magic Madhouse, so for all of your gaming nerdery needs, please use the link in the description to when you want to purchase anything like this Planescape book, and I'll get a little kickback from it. It's just a way to support the channel, so thank you very much. Back to the video. Next up, we have the Maelephant, a play on Malevolent, I think. Now, these things are terrifying. If Hound Archons are the guards of the upper planes and good aligned creatures, the Maelephant are their evil counterparts. Very hard to say. We can go with either. They are fiends with pachyderm or elephant-like heads. These fiendish creatures strike bargains with wicked spellcasters and the entities of the lower planes, pledging to guard a site or an object for decades. They literally are the opposition of the Archon type creature. These things have unwavering loyalty to their contract, steadfastly tending to their posts per the terms of their agreement reliable, basically. Taking a look at the stat block, these are really hardy creatures and have a bunch of resistances to boot. As well as acid, fire, and lightning resistance, they also have magic resistance, which grants them advantage on saving throws against spells and other magical effects. That's one of the strongest passives in the game. It goes a long way to nullifying what a spellcaster might be able to do to this creature. They also get 3 attacks per round, 1 with their barbed trunk and 2 with their massive glaive. That trunk as well, by the way, if it hits, you have to make a saving throw or you're grappled and restrained by it too. The real thing that sets these creatures apart though is their mind poison breath weapon. Take a look at this. It expels poisonous gas from its trunk in a 60-foot cone. That's huge. It's nothing to scoff at. It's a 16 con save that poisons, but this poison is a doozy. If you fail the save, the creature loses all weapon and skill proficiencies, it can't cast spells, it can't understand language, and it has disadvantage on intelligence saving throws. As well as, even if you didn't lose your proficiency, you'd have disadvantage on attack rolls anyway. You're basically useless because you're poisoned. This thing is so strong. The Maelephant or Malevolent, doesn't matter. They're monstrous and deadly and I love it. Next up, we have Shelob, the Darkweaver. The first time I saw this, I wasn't impressed, to be honest. It's another big spider monster, blah, blah. But with a bit of reading, there's a lot of text here, and this is actually quite an interesting creature. Essentially, this thing is just a big foodie. It just really likes to eat. And you'll say, yeah, of course, things need to eat. But no, this thing is like really, really into its food. It's like a culinary expert. These things have 17 intelligence. 17! I think most of the characters I play don't even have 17 intelligence. That's high, and it's a spider. You could say maybe this is like the Gordon Ramsay of the fiendish spider entity world. So Darkweavers take apart their meals piece by piece, savoring anything and everything so they can taste each individual part of the unlucky thing that they happen to be devouring, and they keep it alive for as long as possible too. So essentially, they're served up an incredible soup of things from the cosmic kitchen of the multiverse, and they love it. But here's the thing, you can also have a conversation with these creatures. They do enjoy a good story over supper. This is classic, like the Hobbit scene with the trolls, where you can just keep talking to it maybe and stall it out until the caster can wiggle a hand free and cast daylight or sunbeam or whatever so you can escape. But the fact that they have that intelligence, maybe you won't be able to fool them as easily. According to the lore, they're so intrigued by spice and flavor that a captive creature might be able to escape their grasp if they promise to bring some nice food back in return, which is ridiculous. There's no stinger on this particular arachnid, but it has a pretty nasty bite that deals fatal necrotic damage, pretty swift 50-foot movement speed to close the gap on you, and a damaging shadow web that can grapple up to 6 creatures at a time. And it has a reel feature, so if you're in the web, beware, because they can reel you in 60 feet around. So matched with its movement speed, you ain't getting away from this thing. Oh, and by the way, if you happen to be in its lair, it can teleport through the shadows. So don't forget to pack your Light of Galadriel before you head out for supper. Next up, and last but not least, is the Baernaloth. Like most Yugoloths, they are enigmatic and conspiratorial string pullers. These Loths are a little special though. Some sages believe these to be something entirely different from the standard Yugoloths. More primal creatures with no ties to the current state of the multiverse. So something like before time. That's something cool to think about. These selfish fiends often refuse it, but they are obsessive over secrets and obscene lore about the past, present, and future of the realms. I'm already thinking here with an honorable mention to the Time Dragon in this book. Perhaps they could form an alliance with one, trick a Time Dragon into a contract, but even those creatures are insanely intelligent. So maybe not, but maybe there's something there, a thread of a campaign idea there, a Baernaloth holding a Time Dragon hostage maybe, something like that, manipulating time and outcomes could be fun. On that note, these rare scholastic menaces usually seek to manipulate reality on a grand scale, while others experiment with entire planes of existence. It's also said that these things are the creators of the grotesque fiendish entities known as the Demodans. They are literally chaos incarnate. They have a breath weapon called Miasma of Discord, which is a 20-foot radius sphere of just psychic assault. Not only does it charm the creatures within it into thinking their friends are foes, and it also removes all of the color from them, turning them into shades of grey. Nice touch. This thing has absolutely devilish ability scores across the board and a slew of resistances that make this challenge rating 17 Mastermind a force to be reckoned with. They have magic resistance and legendary resistances to boot, 4 of them, with an anti-healing bite attack combined with the movement capabilities of a teleport as a free action. These things will be incredibly challenging for a party to take on. But there's one more thing. You might not just have to deal with one of these, because they could also summon another swath of Loths, fun to say, or another Baernaloth. That would not be a party I would want to attend. Oh, also, they have 3 reactions. 3. They can force a reroll and inflict inescapable pain to anything that dares strike them. Right, that's it for this video. That was my top 5 monsters from Planescape. This has been Nathan Deer's Guide to Everything. Please leave a like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. Comment down below what you're going to see me cover next. We are fan and subscriber driven here. I want to put out what you guys want to see. I'll do some quick closing thoughts on the Planescape book as a whole, particularly the monster section. Overall, I'll say the quality of the monsters here is great overall, but I'm just left wanting more because it's the multiverse. There are limitless possibilities, and there is like a monster generation thing here, like what happens to a unicorn on the plane of Gehenna, and it gives you some tables and stuff, and maybe we'll go through that. It gives you the tools to make your own, but I wish they'd just gone a bit more weird and wonderful with it. Also, we really need more Hound Archon artwork for every dog breed in existence. Please, thanks.